In this video tutorial, we're going to be talking about the offline updater. The offline updater allows you to take your signage presentation and update a remote signage player that actually doesn't have an internet connection. This is actually quite useful if you have, let's say, a billboard and you want to go physically to your billboard once a week and come with a USB flash drive and update your signage presentation manually. In most cases, obviously, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna have an internet connection that updates your signage presentation dynamically. But if you want, this offline updater feature is available to you. So we'll review the different aspects and how to both export and import the data from your signage presentation into your signage player. So the first thing I'll do is I'll switch over here to stations, and as you can see, I have two stations that are online and I have one station that's offline. Now let's say that I want to go ahead and update the station that's offline. I want to take the complete signage presentation that it's supposed to run, copy it into a flash drive, and manually drive to where this signage player is and update the content. So as you can see, I have this button right here that says export signage player data, and when I select a particular station, in this case this VM station, and I click on this button, it'll allow me to export all the data that's assigned to this machine. And if we actually review this, we'll see that this particular machine is going to run the default campaign and default screen. So in essence, what I do by clicking on this button, what's going to happen is that it's going to take everything that's part of this campaign and screen and copy it into a local folder that includes the XML configuration files, all the resources, the videos, the music, the different SWIFTs, images. Everything will get encapsulated into this one folder, which I can then take copy into a USB drive and again import manually into this remote station that does not have internet connectivity. Now you should note that the actual campaign that's going to get exported is the campaign that this particular station is assigned to. So in this case, the VM station is assigned to this campaign right here, and if I click on export, it's going to export this default campaign. If I wanted to export a different campaign, I just simply select on the station, click on campaign 2, select my output, click on export now, which will export campaign 2. So just note that whatever campaign that this particular station is selected under the campaign settings, that's the campaign that's going to get exported. So let's say that I want to go ahead and export all the data for this particular machine, for this particular campaign and screen. So I'll go ahead and click on the export button. I'll select the default folder. Now I'll go ahead and put it on my desktop and click on start. This is basically exporting all the data now, all the resources, global data, outputs data, everything gets exported into this folder, and later I'll show you how to import it into the signage player. Now, one important thing to remember is that in order for you to be able to actually export to a station, you have to at least register it one time. Obviously, this VM machine that you see over here on the background, at one point it had to have internet because it had to be added to my data grid. So it's important that before you ship out a station to a location where there's no internet, at least register it at least once so it does appear on your data grid. Okay, so as you can see now all the data has been exported, and I get a message. I'll click OK, go ahead and close this window, and if I minimize the studio, you'll see that I have this new folder that was created for me on the desktop, which is called storage. And if I open this folder up, I see that I got my business information, business ID, and all the data that I need to have in order for me to export it to a remote station, including all the resources, the different videos and MP4s and images. Everything has been exported for me. So now we're looking at a remote PC that does not have an internet connection. In fact, if we look at our AirPlayer, you see it says signage server not connected. So again, this particular machine has no way of updating its own campaign. So we have to physically update or manually update the content via flash drive. So as you can see, I have my flash drive connected over here in the back. So I'll go ahead and copy, or rather cut and paste the flash drive data to my desktop. So it's copying all the content over to my desktop. And now what I'd like to do is I'd like to import all this data manually into my signage player. So I'll go ahead and minimize the file manager. And one thing that you need to do is you cannot import it directly. So this storage directory has to be below another directory. So we'll go ahead and create another folder. We'll just call it import data, and go ahead and drag this into it. So now we have our import data, and inside we have our storage that we've exported originally from the campaign. Next, we have this button right here called import. So we can go ahead and click on this import button, and we're getting prompted to asking us where is the directory that contains the data. So we'll go ahead and click on this button right here and browse to again to the desktop, and we have this import data directory that we've created. So, and inside of it we have the storage. So note that we're not going to point to the business nor the storage. We're actually going to point to the root folder, the import data folder, and you can name this anything you want, of course. We'll click on OK, and you can see that right now if we go all the way back, it's pointing to the import data directory, and click on start. This can take a couple of minutes. It's actually importing all the data right now into the signage player, and it's building the internal database. And you can see player will reboot with new data, so you can see everything is getting rebooted now. As soon as the player comes back online, it'll have all the latest data that we've exported from the particular campaign that this player was assigned to. So as you can see, it's running my signage presentation now. Now note that this is the latest presentation. Actually, it's actually running content that this player was did not have before. It just got this update through this manual import I just did. And as you can see, the signage server is still not connected, but yet the signage player is running the latest signage presentation that's been imported to it. So this wraps up this presentation. If you have any more questions, be sure to contact us. Thank you.